Yo, what is going on, investors? As most of you know, I'm a big investor in Sofi. It's been up and down over the last year to say the least, but in today's episode, I want to break down how I make money with my shares selling covered calls. I'm a very successful covered call seller. My win rate is over 90%. Here's my TD Ameritrade account on the screen. I sell puts and I sell covered calls. This week we made really good money. Looks like about 400 to 500 bucks we made this week selling calls and puts. So these little tickers on the left hand side indicate we're in the money. So we're going to have to buy HIMs at $13 and HIMs at $12. Luckily, we're still winning this trade because I got 30 bucks. So we made 15 already. So I'm going to buy back HIMs before the end of the trading day today and still make about 50% of the premium that I collected. So I sold HIMs earlier in the week about $13.50, and now I'm going to have to buy back at $13 minus the $21 premium that I got. So at $12.80, I'm going to have to buy it. So I'm still up because I sold the trade at $13.50 and I'm going to have to buy it back at $12.80. I get my shares back at a little bit of a discount. So in today's episode, I want to show you how I trade covered calls with Sofi. This is one of my smaller accounts. I have 140 shares of Sofi in this account. So in order to trade covered calls, you need 100 shares of any particular stock. And I'm on Robinhood right now, so you're going to go down to the bottom right-hand side of your screen and select Trade Sofi Options. And then you can buy calls or buy puts, or you could sell calls or sell puts. So today we're going to sell covered calls. And then if you do this little down drop arrow, it's going to give you all these different types of dates. So we can go out as long or as short as we want. With Sofi coming up earnings in a week, I want to sell the earnings kind of bump if we get one, right? So I'm going to sell a covered call. My price average in this account is around $7.30. So I want to sell out the 2-week option. And then if you click on the option, it's going to give you all these kinds of crazy different numbers, right? All right, everyone. So if we're looking at to sell these Sofi calls, it's a little complicated when you first look at it, but the strike price is on your far left side. That means if you have 100 shares of Sofi, it's trading at $7 right now. And the strike price is $9. So we'll have to sell those shares if Sofi is over $9 on May 3rd. If not, we're going to get 10 cents per share. You have 100 shares. 100 times 10 cents is 10 bucks. So we're going to get $10 for this particular trade. So if Sofi is under $9 at May 3rd, we get to keep the 10 bucks and we get to keep our shares. If it's over, we get to keep the premium of 10 bucks, but we have to sell our shares at $9. So if it runs to 15 bucks, we're kind of shit out of luck, right? So there is a little risk involved. So what I like to do is I like to look at the chart, right? About a year out, and you get to see the highs and the lows over the last year. So we had that big run up. So I'm going to look from around this point to where we're at right now. We're trading in a range. We maxed out at $11.45. We hit another top around $10. So if you're selling puts on the opposite end, you look for the low. So I'm safe probably in that $7 range. And then the max is around $10. So I think $9 is a good happy medium. My price average is only $7.30. So if I have to sell at $9, I still make good money and I'm collecting a little bit of premium. So we're going to click on this plus sign right here, and then it's going to give you the $9 call, 5/3 expiration date, total credit $10. And this is the zone, right, where we're looking at. Max profit is $10. Break even is $9.10, because when we sell the cover call at $9 and we're getting 10 bucks in return, our break even on this trade is $9.10. Anything less than that, we make money on the trade, but either way, we're going to make money because our average is only $7.30. So it's a win-win situation, and it's a great way to collect a little dividend on your stock while you wait to go to certain prices. And you can do this every week, every 2 weeks, or you can sell them out really long. That's not really my strategy. You make more money over a year when you do weeklies or bi-weeklies. The way I like to do the math to see how much money we're making per 100 shares, right? Let's just do even numbers. So say our price average is $7.50, right? We're using $750 worth of capital. $10 every 2 weeks, that's $5 per week. And if we do 5 times 52 weeks, is $260 over the year. So with our $750, we divide that by that of capital that we're using. So that's 34% on our money we're making over the course of a year if we can consistently sell these covered calls bi-weeklies and not get our shares called away from us. But worst case scenario, if the stock runs up huge in 2 weeks, we're looking 20-30% in gains anyway. So it's a win-win situation with us getting $5 per week on a $750 investment. That's what it cost us to buy those 100 shares of Sofi. We're going to make around 34%. That's killer money, man. If you can make 34% on your money each and every year, and this is like a dividend. So if you get good at selling covered calls, you can do this and get share appreciation on top of that. So it's a win-win for me. That's why I love selling covered calls. At 34%, I love that. So I'm going to hit continue right here. One contract for 100 shares each, which it says right here. The bid is 10 cents. Ask is 11 cents. If you go with the bid price, it's more likely that someone will buy this option. And then they charge you 3 cents per trade that you make. Robinhood does. You review the order. You hit submit. And then on the top, boom, the contract sold. So I earned $9.97. And as long as Sofi is under $9 in 2 weeks from now, I'll get to keep my shares and keep the money. Worst case scenario, Sofi goes from $7 to $9. So I'll make $200 and then they get to take the shares away from me over $9. That's a win-win to me. Let me know in the comments below. Are you doing any covered calls or puts on Sofi stock? I love doing this. You have to be a little bit careful because I think a short squeeze could be in the cards for Sofi in the near future. There's a lot of macro headwinds right now, so that's the best time to sell these covered calls and sell puts. I like doing these strategies. All right, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer any of them for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.